some of our viewers are, I guess, aspiring content creators, or they're probably on the Instagram platform, but maybe not yet getting paid for the travel that they want. So if you had to take it back, what would be some practical tips you would share for starting out?
I think it's a good idea to create self-branding, because when you're a photographer and you're just posting the pictures, you have a big competition. The competition is really, really, really big now. So if you don't create your own branding, you don't put your face and you don't explain people why they have to follow you or why you're unique, and maybe find your own style, not like everybody. And I tried for my Instagram feed, I tried just to retouch pictures so they fit to each other. So each picture is actually, if you take a feed and take a screenshot, you see they actually look like harmonic together. And everybody asking me, do you have a business card? And I'm trying to explain them business cards that not exist anymore in my life. And everything it's about the Instagram. So my Instagram profile is my business card. And people started to see because actually nobody asking you, do you have a business card? It's what is your Instagram account? Yeah. And Instagram became your portfolio. Never mind, it's a restaurant, it's a carpet shop, it's just like a photographer account.
Hello, everybody. This show has been created to inspire you to take action,
celebrating and reframing what success looks like,
to be the best version of ourselves that we can be.
And we have incredible speakers for you tonight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Future Females Show. I'm Susanna Kennedy, and this is my fabulous co-host, Lauren Dallas.
Thank you, and hello, everyone. We are so excited to be here with another episode of the Future Females Show, which, as you know, is all about celebrating and reframing what success looks like. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about lifestyle entrepreneurship.
I love this topic. How do you create a lifestyle around what you love doing, but earn lots and lots of money so that it's sustainable?
Absolutely. You can't have one without the other. And we're very, very excited for our guest as well for this episode.
Absolutely. Ekaterina is an amazing travel blogger who has now become a full-time content creator, and she also consults to very large companies on content creation and Instagram and all of these other juicy things. I would love to welcome my good friend Ekaterina to the Future Females Show. How are you doing, beautiful?
Hello, girls. I'm doing very well. Freezing a little bit in Norway.
Yes, you travel the world, literally constantly traveling the world, staying in the best hotels, having the most exceptional experiences. How did you make that your reality?
I think I had always the dream to travel the world, and I always say I would be traveling the world while I get paid. And I don't know, one day just the Instagram came out and started to look what is the kind of platform and what can I do there. And my passion was I've been traveling for many years, so I just shared my experience there. People started to ask me what can I do in in Thailand, what can I do in Bali. And I started to send to people my experiences, my link, my pictures, and it's how it's meant to be a professional. A lot of hotels and travel companies started to contact me, invite me for the trips, I get payment, and this is how everything started.
But I think what sets you apart, because I think so many people are doing that, but you're an exceptional photographer and you capture life in a really, really beautiful way. This is a true thing. I'm not flattering you. It's a really beautiful, your photographs are beautiful. And you even created presets for your photographs to give that look and feel. And I think you did that when Instagram was trying to start getting people to have a beautiful looking profile, but you were already creating that. How did you get into photography? Was it through traveling?
So photography has been always a passion. And I think I got a camera. I went to Thailand. It was my first trip in 2008. Far away. For me, it was wow, I have to fly 15 hours. And I remember I got a camera as a gift. And it was a mirror camera, like everybody have been dreaming about this kind of cameras. And I think like I took my first pictures actually in Thailand. And since that, I've been creating photography. But for me, photography, people ask me, can you teach me? Can you explain me how to retouch pictures, how to take pictures? I don't know. I cannot explain my way to see the pictures because I see everything in pictures. It's like I see you girls and I see the picture. I see the motifs in everywhere. And even I have a dinner with a friend. It's beautiful sunset. My friend saying, okay, we let you to take pictures before we can eat because like I cannot. I need to go and take a beautiful sunset. If I see the sunset, I need to take a picture of the beautiful food. Everything in my mind is in pictures.
Amazing. So 2008. So you've been doing this for 14 years now, which is absolutely incredible. My gosh. So this might be a tough question, but some of our viewers are, I guess, aspiring content creators, or they're probably on the Instagram platform, but maybe not yet getting paid for the travel that they want. So if you had to take it back, what would be some practical tips you would share for starting out?
I think it's a good idea to create self-branding because when you're a photographer and you're just posting the pictures, you have a big competition. The competition is really, really, really big now. So if you don't create your own branding, you don't put your face and you don't like explain people why they have to follow you or why you're unique and maybe find your own style, not like everybody. I remember you mentioned about the presets, but I actually never did a presets. I always have been retouching like all pictures is retouching like picture by picture. And this is my thing. I actually never did presets. The thing is like, I think when you do presets, the all pictures became the same. And I tried for my Instagram feed, I tried just to retouch pictures so they fit to each other. So each picture is actually, if you take a feed and take a screenshot, you see they actually look like harmonic together. And each picture retouched like really with like, I don't know, with love, I can say.
Yeah, I think I actually remember somebody asked you to do a preset of like a look and feel. I'm sure I remember that from the last interview that we did.
I do it a lot. I do a lot of look and feels for my clients. They're asking me, can I create a feed for them? Can I create a style for them? And that way, of course, we need to find like a style. We need to find the colors. We need to find their shape, what kind of like Instagram they're going to look and how to represent them to be unique.
So it's creating a visual brand. That's one of your offerings as an entrepreneur, is creating visual brands for clients.
Exactly. It's kind of like I can say it's a new way to show your brand on Instagram because people keep asking me. I live in Marbella now in Spain for 6 months already, 7 months. And everybody asking me, do you have a business card? And I'm trying to explain them like business cards that not exist anymore in my life. And everything it's about the Instagram. So my Instagram profile is my business card. And people started to see like, because actually nobody asking you, do you have a business card? It's like, what is your Instagram account? Yeah. And Instagram became your portfolio. Never mind, it's a restaurant, it's a carpet shop. It's just like a photographer account.
I love that you said, sorry, Lauren, I was just going to say, I love that you said it's about finding your uniqueness because one of our shared values is about people finding their unique expression of who they are in this world and really finding their zone of genius, what we like to call their zone of genius. And you definitely have found your zone of genius. It doesn't hurt that you are smoking hot and beautiful, 100%. You know, and so you look gorgeous in all your photographs. But I also know that the creating that content is a hell of a lot of work. There's so much, people look at your photographs, they look at your feed and they go, oh my God, I want that lifestyle, it's so beautiful. But what is the reality? Like, what really goes into creating that beautiful, really perfect Instagram feed?
Oh, it's a lot of hours of working, I can say, not sleeping, especially when you're traveling, for example, non-stop, you don't sleep. You just like run to the hotel, you organize all your shots, you're talking with the marketing, you're asking for, is it a special location? We can shoot it, we can organize some special setups, because I'm actually focusing on setups. This is another thing what I introduced for Instagram, and I believe I'm actually one of the first ones who started to do like a food setups and putting me in the food paradise situations. And it has been really, really many years ago. And when I see now a lot of people do the same, I still thinking like I'm going long way back and thinking I was the first one who put the table in the water in Maldives and put a lot of food. And I have been arguing with the hotel to say like this picture going viral, this picture going viral. Yeah. And it actually went viral. And I can say when I look now, I can see a lot of like copycats. Yeah. A lot of people trying to do the same, but they just like taking the picture and they're copying. And you can see it immediately. And a lot of people sending actually copy from my pictures, from the same hotels, the same setups. But the most time craving, I think, it's to create a new idea, to create a new setup, to find the way to show the hotel a different way. Mm-hmm. And one of my really like best moments, I think it was in Cappadocia, where I talked with the marketing and the owner, and they bring me 4,000 roses from like different places because we couldn't collect 4,000 roses from the same place. So they actually bring it with the airplane. The whole story is amazing. They arrived in the boxes, 4,000 roses, and we took amazing content. If you go like to Cappadocia, Kellybeck Hotel, you would see it, because like we really created like 5 different setups, 5 different stories. We put it in the pool, we put it in jacuzzi, we shoot it in like bathtub. These roses have been everywhere. In the end, they destroyed them and like really did a lot of beautiful pictures and videos.
That must have been exceptional.
That way, it's like a non-stop sleeping. Like you don't sleep. You just like organize, you create everything at nighttime, and the early morning you shoot. We shoot often morning or late evening. So because of light, and to collect a lot of people together to shoot like videos, to shoot drone videos. Before I was alone, but in many photo shooting now, it's like a little team always appear. So we always have like videographer, photographer on the side. We always have like a drone pilot, someone else to assist.
I was going to ask you about your team because it does sound like a hell of a lot of work. But I guess, you know, again, taking it a little bit back and thinking about people who are probably doing this but are not yet finding it financially sustainable. How did you start with trade exchanges, and how did you kind of fund that? Or were you able to, because of how different all of your shots are, were you able to commercialize kind of from the start?
So the thing is, like, I never have been focusing on selling something on my Instagram. Maybe it's my mistake, because a lot of smaller micro influencers making a lot of money on just selling the products by affiliate links. But for me, Instagram have been always to show my art. Yeah. And the pictures, what I create, I want to share with people. So I never saw it as a business model. My business model always have been like my brain. I've been digital designer and art director. And I always created like visual things through website. I designed websites, iPhone apps, and like a digital. I was working for digital agencies. So for me, I make my money, of course. Of course, it's always a promotion, and somebody want to promote something, and it's a hotel for promote. But the content creation, I think, became like a big part of it. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of photo shoots. I have a clients who fly me to Belgium to photo shoot the carpets, for example, and I have to find a new way to show the carpet. I have a clients who want to photo shoot food, like a restaurants or catering, or I just got a new client as a real estate. So for me, my job is more as a photographer and content creator, but focusing on the Instagram platform. So I could say at my photography, actually also focusing more on the Instagram platform than the photography for magazines or something else.
Okay, perfect. And so the hotels that you're working with, are you reaching out to them and pitching, or are they mostly coming to you now, or is it a bit of both?
I could say before COVID, a lot of hotels have been contacting nonstop. In COVID time, we have been traveling and we contacted hotels. Mm-hmm. And I can say in COVID, I had opportunity to visit some places where like no one, for example, Peru was empty. And we had opportunity to work with amazing company who organized us like a 2 weeks eternally traveling. We had like our private chef. We had people who was like bearing our bags, who setting tents up, and we have been traveling in Peru and hiking the mountains. So we contacted the company and say, let's work together. And they saw this opportunity, and we created amazing concept for them. Also, COVID showed us that can be difficult to travel. But if you're not giving up and you are like professional traveler, you just go with nature and you find your way. So I would say COVID was not easy way to make money, but in another way, money is not everything. I think the experience, it's what the biggest priority for me. So I never prioritize the money. If you calculate the experience contra for this many years contra the money, so I say my experience is just more valuable.
You know what I love though is that one of the reasons why we discuss reframing success is that success looks different to everyone. And for some people, success as a travel blogger would really be traveling the world in backpackers, you know. But you represent a lifestyle standard that is very elitist. It's very opulent and beautiful and luxurious, you know? And so
It's true.
I know it's true. No hiding. That's wonderful. I think it's fantastic because it shows that all of these possibilities are out there. So it's about choosing what your value system is and what is important to you and where you're going to place yourself as a travel blogger or as a content creator. So right in the beginning, did you start by going to the best, or did you start just by traveling and then it grew to being the best?
Actually, I would say I always liked luxury. And the luxury have been a part of my life, and I've been working hard to have the luxury, the good car, the good apartment. And my traveling started before Instagram, before everything, in luxury. So I could say when my Instagram started to boom, I say myself, like, this is the luxury. And actually, I was contacting some small boutique hotels, what was like cheaper than I usually go to. And they rejected me. They even didn't want me for free because they say, we are really, really afraid we cannot compare to Four Seasons or Six Senses or Kempinski. So I actually can say I have been rejected of smaller hotels because they have been afraid and they cannot be on the same level like their luxury high-end hotels. But that luxury, what I showed, actually helped me to experience some amazing villas, amazing places, and they like cost really a lot of money. So the value what I got in my experiences, I had one very interesting story because it was like a businessman who contacted me and he said, just don't really understand your business model. I have been calculating some of your hotels you have been visiting, and you need to be not even millionaire, you need to be a billionaire to visit all these places for all this like 8 years. And I think he pointed me the very interesting, valuable thing. And it's like, I never have been focusing on money and I never even want to talk about money. I don't want to talk about earnings. But I experience and the value of the experience have been really high valued and have been gratitude every day for this experience, the amazing meals, the Michelin star restaurant invited me in Singapore. I was like, really, like, why me and why I have to go there? Like, you guys don't need promotion. But they just want to treat me with a nice meal and they want to show to other people, like, I don't know, maybe they invite influencers just to like say we have influencers, or maybe I was the only one, the lucky influencer. So the Michelin star restaurant have like 2 stars now, and I still can't believe that I've been eating there. So a lot of beautiful hotels are proud to create a content together, and after they keep inviting like the managers, they're moving to another hotels and they're just contacting me and say, Ekaterina, come and visit my new hotel, come and visit my new job. So I connected with a lot of like owners of the hotels And every time it's a new project or something that they new, or maybe they just want me to return, they just write to me and say, Katerina, come and visit us. So I kind of also creating a very valuable friendship. And also I really appreciate the friendships I creating all over the world.
It's amazing because I really love that, because I think that there's a lot of young entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs that start out and they go, oh no, I'm not going to pitch for the best because, you know, I need to start somewhere lower and then work my way up. But actually, it's all about your individual values and where you actually feel like you are most belonging, like where you feel you belong and most comfortable. And you're such a great example of that.
And staying in your niche, because you know, you've got over 250,000 followers now on Instagram, and they are following you because they also want that lifestyle. So now if you go and partner with a completely different niche, you're also going to lose, I guess, the trust that comes from the consistency of what they expect from you. So I think that you are a great representation of staying true to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
it's true. I tried actually to do some like camping and glamping.
Okay.
But I realized it's kind of like I love nature and I love camping, but it have to be like luxury way camping. So it's going to be a glamping, or it's have to be like luxury car driving, or everything. It's like have to be a little bit like more luxury than normal. And it's my nature. Like it.
Which is perfect.
It's so good. It's so great.
So obviously you've doubled down on Instagram. I know for a while you had a blog. Have you considered other platforms that obviously are really growing for influencers now, like TikTok or others? What would be your advice as well for someone trying to decide where to land themselves?
I have a TikTok actually. I didn't focus on TikTok pretty much, but I believe it's a platform that is growing and growing. And actually I spend more time on TikTok because the algorithm there is very interesting. The more you're watching the interesting topics, even more. And I love how the whole platform is working. It's more natural and less filtered. I think it's a little bit sad that Instagram started to be a little bit too perfect to be true. Everything like more and more filtered, like colors need to be perfect, people need to be perfect, families need to be perfect. Everything is have to be like top. Otherwise, it's not going on Instagram. Where the TikTok, I think, it's more the raw. Like you're ugly, it is you're better. It's like it's really you don't need a perfect life. You don't need a perfect like clothes or something. You can do some crazy stuff, and people will really love you for that. I think this authenticity. So I started my TikTok long time ago, but I forgot it. I closed it, and when I come back, I saw I have some videos what is like reached. I don't even have many followers, but some of the videos reached like over 100,000 views. Wow. And I was like, wow. And I started it again, but it's a lot of time craving. And when you have your clients and you have traveling and you have a lot of other responsibilities, it's very, very difficult to be on any platform. So you kind of have to prioritize. But TikTok, I think it's like if people starting from the scratch, I think the TikTok is where to start. It's easier to grow. The algorithm still not pushing you like down. It's like push you a little bit up. And if you create a very interesting, unique content, people see your authenticity, they're going to follow you.
Okay, I think that's great. We almost finished, but I wanted to ask you, what is the best investment you have made for your business?
The best investment, I don't know. Like, I don't know about the business. I just do different investment. I just invested in one project in Dubai and I invested in some crypto. So I've been investing in crypto in some time. But in like my project, I think my investment, because we also spend a lot of money in our equipment, we spend a lot of money in our traveling. I think the investment is just like all these experiences I got. This is my investment, and if I can pay my life to many people in age maybe 50, 60, I think I have been living the life. And the best you can say, I think it's like my time, I didn't waste it for sitting in the office. I have been really wandering from mountains to seas to oceans. I've been taking diving certificate. I have been flying strange airplanes. I've been doing a lot of crazy things, adventurous things, and visiting like really remote places. So I think it's just like my investment was this time, what I was like spending on Instagram, and Instagram gave me opportunity to travel and experience more. It's that.
Absolutely. My gosh.
Such a good one. Such a great investment. I am going to ask you though, for somebody starting out, you do use a professional camera, and I know a lot of people have defaulted to just using a phone nowadays. Do you recommend getting a professional camera?
I think all this depending on what are you using it for, because many people ask me, how do you take a very beautiful picture? We need a camera like yours. And I say, no, guys, if half of my Instagram taken by phone, because sometimes you don't have time to take your camera. Maybe you didn't have your camera and you catch the beautiful sunset, sunrise, or some different other experiences. So I would say it's not about the gadget now anymore, because the cameras have amazing cameras. Like the telephone have amazing camera. GoPro have amazing resolution, and it's just like to find what you feel comfortable with and create something unique and something what you feel it's like representing you. I think this is the most important thing. And the gadget is a gadget. You can always switch. But of course, if you take a pictures and you want to go on a professional level, you have to get you a very good camera, it's sure. If you're doing a drone flying, you need to get you one of the best drones with the good resolution, of course. But now you have so many options, and prices are really affordable now compared to before. So you just choose one.
Brilliant. Thank you. I think that's helpful. I think that these are the kind of questions that I think young content creators want to ask you. So I thank you so much. And it's so nice seeing you again. And thank you for being such a great example of somebody living their path, their truth in their way, and really reframing what success is to you.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And for giving us both the travel bug again.
Oh my gosh, so badly.
I'm just landed in Oslo this morning. Absolutely love it. Really inspiring how you have just committed to this life and been living it for, 14 years, which is just absolutely incredible. And I know we've spoken a lot about the glamour, but as someone who also didn't have a home for the last 2.5 years, I know that it's not easy, and there's also a lot of resilience that I'm sure you have had to have through the ups and downs. So celebrating you and that journey as well.
Thank you so much, Ekaterina. And for everybody watching at home, thank you for tuning in. I'm Susanna Kennedy. This is the lovely Lauren Dallas, and we will see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.